Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of distillationsbl. And today we are going to be continuing our journey through Otto Rank, this time with a different book called Psychology and the Soul, a study of the origin, conceptual evolution, and nature of the soul. So there's a few excerpts that I've posted before on Instagram, and they spoke to me. I related with them very deeply, and I thought it'd be great to keep it going here with Ronk. And so I think we should jump right into it. Quote, "The traditional legend portrays Hamlet's motivation." He's analyzing Shakespeare's Hamlet, so that for context, "through the mythical theme of playing the fool, affecting madness, which doubtless serves as self-protection, for the hero declares himself unsuited for a task imposed upon him." So we're continuing with this theme that seems to be consistent throughout Ronk's work of the hero and the hero's myth, and this time using Hamlet as the primary example. And it's been a while since I've read any Shakespeare. That's middle school, high school, that kind of thing. But this interpretation really got to me. So the mythical theme of playing the fool. So not being foolish, but affecting madness. So you're acting here, you're playing a part, and it's the part of being the fool or being foolish. And then the next part, which doubtless serves as self-protection. So you're playing this part, or Hamlet is playing this part of an idiot, a fool, stumbling around, affecting almost an actual madness or insanity. And this is to protect himself and now we get back to the hero thing. The hero declares himself unsuited for a task imposed upon him. So it's self-protection from some kind of task. And it's self-protection because the task was not chosen. The task was imposed upon this hero, Hamlet. And playing the fool allows this hero to declare himself unsuited, constitutionally incapable of carrying out this task that wasn't chosen by the hero, wasn't chosen by me. I didn't choose this thing. It's just been imposed upon me, and I'm supposed to do it. And so I'm going to play up my foolishness and even bordering on affecting a madness about me so that those around me may, or perhaps even convincing yourself so that something maybe even higher than those around you, perhaps a divinity or something, will see that you are constitutionally incapable of doing this thing you don't want to do because you didn't choose it, being unsuited for the task imposed upon him. So it's just a weaseling out of a responsibility that you didn't choose. So Hamlet, Ronk is saying, is sort of throwing a hissy fit and trying to divert attention away from the fact that he is most likely suited for this task imposed upon him. He is capable, and yet he is assuming the role of, again, the fool. All right, let's keep going and see what else is here. Quote, "This is like the clever Odysseus affecting madness when he is to battle the sons of Atreus for the abducted Helen. What is Helen to him?" So Odysseus now in the Odyssey does a similar thing. He affects madness when he is confronted with a battle. Quote, "This is basically a refusal to perform a duty, a reluctance excused as inability, in the sense of my will psychology. So we're somewhat familiar with Ronk's will psychology, the excerpts that we went over in the last 3 videos. And so in relation to that construct that Ronk has created, what he's saying Hamlet is inhabiting in his system is a refusal to perform a duty. And it's a reluctance, it's a hesitancy of performing this duty, and it's excused as inability, just not even being able to perform the duty. And duty, I think, is a loaded term. It comes with it a responsibility, a moral dimension where to do a duty is the right thing to do versus the wrong thing to do. And so this reluctance to make the moral decision and do the thing that you are probably in the depths know capable of doing is trying to be excused as an inability to do the thing, when really it's reluctance, it's fear. I'm surprised I haven't said the word fear yet reading these quotes. It's fear excused as inability. The duty is too large for someone so foolish and mad as I am. And so it's this fear that's really driving this reluctance that's then reaching for an excuse, and the excuse is being not having it in you. These excuses, I wasn't made in the right way to perform this duty. There's a duty that's being imposed upon me. Something is being asked of me. There is a call to answer this call, and I just can't do it. When really it's that I'm just too afraid to do it, but it's being pitched as I can't. I'm incapable. This is outside of my range. I wasn't born a hero. I wasn't born with the sufficient amount of courage. I'm a coward, perhaps. This is my language. I guess if I were in this place, if I were facing similar things, wink, wink, it would be that I am too much of a coward to answer what is obviously a call to something higher or something difficult, something scary. And it's too scary. It's just too out there. And guess what? I have ADHD and I am an addict, and I'm born a procrastinator and too lazy and not really that smart, average as you can be IQ. Look at all these qualities that whatever is asking me to answer the call set me up with. My constitution is incapable. And when those kinds of rationalizations or excuses are masking what is at bottom a fear, and I guess the classic line is that courage, you can only enact courage in the face of fear, or else it wouldn't be courageous. And that is maybe a little overplayed, I guess you could say, but it might be true in this case, and it might be true generally, but sometimes I feel like that whole thing is overplayed, but that's another conversation. Okay, let's keep going here. Quote, Hamlet's author drew his hero by dramatically depicting the traditional tactic of playing the fool. So Shakespeare drew his hero, Hamlet, by dramatically depicting. So it's this drama. It's dramatically depicting this tactic of playing the fool. Okay, and that's it for this one. It's a shorter one, but I think it's really interesting. And there's this other book that I have that I started. I haven't gone through all of it, but it's called Hesitant Heroes. And I think I've picked up that there is this theme in hero myths where the hero refuses to answer the call. I mean, that's in Campbell's hero's journey arc, is that there's a refusal of the call, but there's also moments where there is hesitation to perform the duty or to act courageously. There's this moment of hesitation, and I guess that's a theme as well. And this could be one tactic, traditional tactic, that certain heroes in mythology have used, which is to play dumb, play the fool, and shirk responsibility, which is really just masking a deeper fear and masking what is at bottom a deeper fear through this, in this particular way, where you're blaming your history and your origin and yourself and saying, I've been made in such a way where the task being imposed, and I think that's important too, it's coming from outside of yourself. It's not being chosen. It's this thing being imposed upon you. And the response is, you asked this of me, but you made me in such a way that I'm incapable of completing, accomplishing, being courageous, and doing the thing. You set me up to fail. So why'd you ask me, why'd you impose this task upon me in the first place if I've been set up to fail? What's the point of that? And there's a frustration there, and just acting crazy, playing the fool, affecting madness is it's the get out of jail free card. Look at how crazy I am. I can't possibly do this. Oh, you think I can do this? Or you're asking me more so for me to do this? Just see how crazy I can act. Let me convince you. Ask me again. I dare you. I am going to really act crazy this time. And so that's, again, a lot of interpretation, maybe some editorializing from me, but this is what I got out of that section from Ronk's Psychology and the Soul. And I think there's two more, so we will be continuing with this, but I'm enjoying Ronk, and he, again, is a very rich and deep thinker, so there's a lot to wrestle with in his work. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please consider liking, commenting, subscribing. Would love to hear your thoughts, all that good stuff. Thanks so much, and I'll see you on the next one.